Welcome to Absolutely Obsolete, and today we'll be talking about the new Retron N64 Mini. Yes, this has been announced recently, so it looks like we've got a new wave of N64 Clone Consoles, and this is the first of many. So what can you really expect from, well, basically an emulator in a box? Well, I've heard from some sources that the emulator in question is an open source emulator. I can't quite remember the name, but it's open source, so legally they can use it. They can use this emulator completely. But for me, emulators really, in the history of N64 emulation, they've been a bit ropey. Now, I've had an emulator on my PC for some time, and I come across all kinds of small glitches. Some of them are game breaking, and some of them are passable. They can look a bit ugly, like in the N64 racing game Mario Kart. Some things don't display properly. I've had it on Kirby 64. On my original Xbox, I was playing on an emulator on that, and I was getting all kinds of glitches on the 3D Kirby character and the environment as well. So I'm thinking emulation for this versus the NES and the SNES is a bit more complex, so we're going to run into more problems and maybe even less compatibility with cartridges. Now, I've seen pictures of this N64 Mini, and they look nice, they look good. It's not the smallest console, I don't think it looks too much different inside from this, but it is a tad smaller. Obviously takes the N64 cartridges. Whether it'll use or be able to utilise the ROM cartridges with the SD cards, the Mega EverDrive type things, I'm not too sure how that will work, if it will like them or not. Only time will tell. But this is the first wave of N64 clone consoles, so this will be one of many, and I'm sure they'll be able to iron out the bugs as well. Maybe there'll be next generation Retron, which will do that. But for me, I think another problem with their N64 Retron clone consoles and Retron in question is, well, I've got where is it now? A Retron HD, so basically a HD NES, and it's a great little system. I love the way it looks. It looks fantastic, but my issues with it is sound quality, especially on Mario games. Is really noticeable that it's slightly off pitch, or now they play great, but the sounds are never too right. So I'm thinking, if they can't get it 100% right with this, what chances do they have with getting it right with a clone version of this? Now, you could spend money on getting this modified to run through HD. Now, that costs quite a bit of money, so that's up to you really. It depends how much you love N64. Now, I don't mind N64. I've got a few cartridges, but to be honest, I'm more of a Sega fanboy, so I probably would just stick with using this on a CRT. As you see, I've got one back there. I've got actually one here as well, and another one hidden here. So it's not like I don't have any. So for me, I'm just going to stick with this and use the original console. But for people who don't have that and want to just dip their toe in, I'm thinking maybe just keep an eye on the Retron N64 and see how it goes. But for me, I'm going to think there's going to be too many compatibility issues, especially with maybe third-party games on the system. I'm thinking there's going to be issues there, definitely. I think they're just going to focus more on compatibility with the Mario Kart, the Super Mario 64. So when you're more obscure games, you might run into more issues. And for me, I don't want issues when I'm playing a game. I want to enjoy the game. So for me, I'm going to stick with this, the original N64. Plus I have the Pikachu version over there. And when you turn it on, its cheeks light up, so charming, absolutely charming. You can't go wrong. But so that was just a little thought. It wasn't scripted, just a little thought process of what I think the N64 is clone consoles are going to be like, really. To be honest, some of the games haven't even aged that well. Like, as good as GoldenEye was back in the day, I don't think it'll be as fun. Not as fun now. But if you like the main first-party games on the N64 and you don't have one anymore, and you're interested in N64, then you could give it a try. But I would warn you, just wait to see what the reviews are like and see how people think of it. See how people think of it, see if they like it, see what issues they run into before you even think of buying it. But for me, I'm going to stick with this beautiful little system. And yep, I just thought I'd just share some of my small thoughts on the N64 Clone Console. And who knows what will happen next. We might have smaller systems, maybe even the company that made the Mega SG and the Super Nintendo version of that, I think it was a Super SG, which are very high price consoles because basically the internals mimic the hardware down to hardware level. So they're 100% compatible, they'll look great, so I think I would probably wait until they make the N64 SG, which would probably be a hell of a lot better. Probably full compatibility, and yep, so I would wait for that. So just see what goes on with the Retron HD. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be. Using an open source emulator, so it's pros and cons really. But yeah. Anyway, so I've been absolutely obsolete. Subscribe please, if you wish, and like, if you like this little ramble from me. And keep on playing. N64, Sega, and Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you like. Just keep on playing. Take it easy.